last encounter, Fatima dominated with 5 goals, claiming the North Zone Intercall title, then going on to become national champions. Today, Fatima are second in the standings, whilst QRC fight to break into the top half of the table. But despite points and predictions, this is the SSFL. The clock is ticking, and 22 young men will play within the same painted lines. So history will not decide the outcome, but rather a tale of who wants it more. It's a hot Wednesday afternoon on one of the best surfaces in the country. Fatima College are at home against Queen's Royal College here at Fatima College Sports Ground. Looking at the weather that these young men will play under today, it is 32 degrees Celsius, humidity index 63%, wind speeds at 5 kilometers per hour. My name is Hans Devines, and joining me on the pitch, a man that has been following this league in depth via the Interception podcast, Leo Chin, and former national player Brent Sancho. We are here and we are going to bring you the action. But before we bring you the action of today, let's look at last match day. Match day number 8. Let's look at some of the results, Leo.
Yes, well, of course, there was a lot of action. Book as they are known, Sawa North with a 6-0 victory. Of course, we had Malik Secondary with a 5-2 victory over St. Mary's College as well. A lot of goals being scored last round, and we expect to see more, especially today.
Well, Brent, the next page of fixtures from round 8.
Yeah, as we look at the fixtures, as mentioned, the game that we viewed live here at SportsMax, the San Juan North 6-0 thumping of Bishops. As well, the presentation victory against Queen's College. Of course, we're seeing QRC here today, but I want us to, of course, stick a pin into Presentation College as we look at the table, because this is a team that has been creeping up the table as is indicative of what we're seeing here. Currently in 4th position. But what's interesting, gentlemen, they've only conceded 4 goals this season, which is remarkable for what they've done. They've been on a tremendous rise in the table. They still have fixtures against some of the top teams, and I think that is going to make this league interesting.
Well, Sawa North Secondary sit on top of the table, Fatima at number 2. But when we look to the bottom of the table, Leo, your alma mater, Trinity College, is at number 13.
Yes, well, of course, Trinity, they are climbing. They did have 2 losses in their past 2 games, but very good performances as opposed to how they started off the season. So I'm expecting them to put on a good performance today against St. Mary's College.
Well, we're bringing you the action here, Fatima versus QRC. But let's take a look at some of the other fixtures that will be played today. Well, QRC face an uphill battle against Fatima College. Pre-season, we actually caught up with Coach Kenwin Jones, and here's what he had to say about his team.
Well, fully I've been the head coach for 2 years. Well, this is my 2nd year. I was previously assistant coach in 2018. And now, well, yeah, this is my full 2nd season about to be had. Pre-season training has been a bit rigorous, but, you know, it went pretty well so far. We have a couple of weeks to go before the season starts, so, you know, we're now in the tightening stages before we go out into the season, and, you know, hopefully we will be in a good place this year. I try to relate football to life, especially for them as young men. Seeing that they'll be facing challenges all the time, and it depends on how they decide to attack the problem, how they decide to try and overcome it, and keep reassuring them of that preparation in life. I think you know, you can have anxiety, you can have bad days, but most all your success comes from the preparation that you would have done, coinciding with the opportunity that is presented in front of you.
Speaking a lot of preparation, Coach Kenwin Jones. Brent Sancho, what do you make of what he said pre-season?
Well, it's interesting that he talked about, of course, setting goals and wanting to win trophies here. They haven't really started that way so far. They've been extremely inconsistent. Of course, their last game, They lost to Presentation College 2-0. Before that, they won 6-0 against Sugar Warners. But I think the result that stands out to me, and it probably says the way that their season have gone so far, is the loss to St. Mary's College. They were 3-0 up, and of course, they ended up losing 4-3. It is extremely important that they find consistency here today. The likes of Lumsey and, of course, Karut has to be pivotal in that. As we take a look at that form guide, I pointed out, of course, the loss against St. Mary's. This is the last 5 games that they played, and you look at their position on the table and the amount of points that they have. It really comes down to being consistent for the entire 90 minutes plus.
Leah, of course, you would have been following QRC in depth, but let's talk a little bit about Fatima College.
Yeah, so actually, you mentioned QRC, you mentioned the whole league as a whole, but I have been seeing a lot of Fatima. I've seen their tiki-taka play almost Man City-like, so today we expect to see the short passes. We expect to see quality going forward with this Fatima squad.
Well, when we look at their form, Brent Sancho, what do you have to say?
Well, it's a team on the up and up. Of course, again, I mentioned Presentation College, the team that seems to be in form, but they have had their victories, they've had done well, and they continue to score goals, which is important for Hudson Charles and his Chargers.
Well, a man who held the charges of Fatima College at some point in time, Colin Murray, it's only fitting that we bring you into this conversation.
Yeah, thanks, Hans. And it's going to be an interesting game because, once Fatima plays QRC, it's real blood and thunder out there. Nobody from Fatima wants to lose to QRC. Nobody from QRC wants to lose to Fatima. But based on the form guide and based on the standings, you have to think that Fatima should be in control of this game. I don't think complacency is going to come into it, simply because they are playing QRC. It's almost the rivalry of Fatima St. Mary's, QRC St. Mary's. So you look at this rivalry, it's not going to be complacent at all. And I would think if Fatima plays to their full potential, they should win this game comfortably this afternoon.
Well, he might say they should win this game, but the game is played on the pitch. Listen, if you want to find out who is winning or losing the Secondary Schools Football League, download the SportsMax app via the App Store or Google Play and keep up to date with all of the action. The game is played on the pitch, Colin Murray. That's all I have to say to that. When we come back around, kick off, Fatima College take on QRC at Fatima College grounds.
Welcome back here to the Fatima College ground, and a beautiful shot there. But we are here at the sports ground of Fatima. This is going to be Fatima coming up against Queen's Royal College, and really and truly, it's always a huge rivalry between these two colleges. Neither one likes to lose to the other, and there are the officials together with the teams. They're starting their walk out onto the field, and there we see the referee Cecile Hines is going to be in charge of the proceedings today, and there is the Fatima team in yellow, Queen's Royal College in blue, and their normal traditional colors. And what a game we expect today, Brent. It should be very interesting. Neither of these colleges like to lose to the other.
Well, you have a certain radiance when you come to this facility, Colin. You're beaming and you're glowing as we speak, and rightfully so, because you're proud of your alma mater and what they've been able to achieve over the last couple of years. And you're right, this is one of those fixtures that has a bit more to it than just points and standings on the table. And Colin, I'll put this out there to you. What do you consider the bigger rivalry, the Fatima CIC or the QRC Fatima?
I think it's Fatima CIC. I think that is the real one, because of course Fatima CIC, both Roman Catholic schools, and Fatima tends to call St. Mary's the sister school, and the opposite. St. Mary's calls Fatima sister school. So we don't know who's the brother in that one. But it's been a real rivalry, and this one as well, because of the status of the colleges, and let's face facts. They started the colleges league many years ago. Correct. Together with Napariman Presentation. So it's just, you just don't want to lose to Queen's Royal College. But here are the skippers just introducing themselves. There's young Caruth and Jaden Williams, the officials. Cecile Hines, as I said, is carrying the whistle. Kurt Charles and Johan Cornel is the officials, the first and second assistants, and Keelan Bacchus is the fourth official. So those are the officials in charge of today's proceedings, as I would think Fatima would be kicking towards the college end or the northern end of this ground. Traditionally, they like to kick there first, and they try to kick to the southern end, towards the pavilion in the second half. So I think they would be quite happy with that, as the Fatima team, they're just saying their prayers. And let's have a look at the starting lineup for Queen's Royal College first. Afan is the man between the uprights. There's King, Lamsi, the midfielder. There's Caruth, the skipper. Mohammed, Nelson, Grandison, Tuckett, Gray, James, Franklin, and the coach, as we heard him earlier, Kenman Jones.
Yeah, this is a Queen's Royal College that needs points and needs consistency.
And there is the Fatima lineup. Fatima with Bailey, Atherton, skipper Jaden Williams. There's the Gans, Camacho, Shaves, Collier. Leach, who played left back, is more in the midfield today. Smith, Barrington, Edwards, the goalkeeper, Tristan Edwards. He's a tower of strength at the back for Fatima. And the coach, the former Trinidad and Tobago standout, Hudson Charles. So we're going to have the kickoff. QRC is going to have the ball, and as I said, they're kicking towards the pavilion or southern end of this ground. As nice. What do you make of the field, Brent? Looks very hard. Let's hope it seems to be well grassed.
Yeah, it's well grassed. It looks like it has a fresh cut in it, and it's the lower savanna grass blades that we're seeing, and it's one of those facilities, and we talk a lot about, of course, the correlation between good football and good pitches, and we've certainly seen that every time our cameras have showed up here at Fatima College Ground. Of course, there's some facilities that make it very difficult so it makes things good to go. Oh.
So QRC, as I said, will have the kickoff, and let's. Yes, there we go. As right away in possession is skipper Caruth with that long searching ball, looking for Nelson, but it's hit a little too hard. It's going to be a goal kick for Fatima. So Edwards, Tristan Edwards with the kick, gets it out immediately towards Williams. No, sorry, that is Barrington, the man who has come into the team, thought he would have been at a right back, but he started at a sweeper position as Edwards. This time Jaden gets into position, takes it on his chest nicely, plays it on as Fatima looking to come forward with it through the Gans, gets it to Shaves. Shaves, is he going to have the first shot of this game? He's overput it. Oh, it's saved on the line. I thought at a moment it had gone in, but it was saved on the line as Shaves had nobody. He made the run. Brent got to the byline, squared it back, but there was nobody to finish it off.
Yeah, it's a good, powerful run by Shaves. All initiated by that brilliant first touch that he took into stride. I think when he started to approach goalkeeper Afan, looks like Colin, he was in the two minds. He hit it with a lot of power, but I don't think necessarily he was trying to go across the goal. I think he may have been trying, of course, to get it on target. Good start by Fatima College.
Good start, but in the meantime, Queen's Royal College, they have a free kick, as it's going to be a foul there conceded. So with the free kick, it's going to be taken there by Gray. Pumps it long forward, headed on, but straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. So another long ball played over onto that far side, but there was Leach trying to control it, went beyond him. As Fatima trying to regain some possession, but the ball went out of play, and it is a throw for Fatima. Throw is taken by Smith, gets it up to Shaves. But it's one back here as Queen's Royal College starting to come down that right side with it. Looks to be Nelson, and the ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw for Queen's Royal College. And Gray is the man coming to take this throw. Gets that ball back. It's sent into the box, but sorry, overhit. And Edwards calls for it. Very outstanding keeper is Edwards. What is good about him, Brent, he tends to command his area and is always talking. But here goes the Gans for Fatima. Sends it to Shaves. Shaves has a chance here. And that's well good defending. Yeah. Really good defending on the part of Grandison. So it's going to be a corner.
Well, it looked for a minute there, Colin, that he was beaten, Grandison. But he did so well to deny Shaves a clear look on target. He's been lively so far, Colin Shaves.
He has been. He tends to be that type of player, always on the move, looking to make good runs off the ball. Here is the corner. The heads go up, not a good one. And it goes out. It's going to be a goal kick for QRC. So Afan, the QRC custodian, just plays it out to his right. Gets it towards Grandison, but he gives it away. As here comes Fatima looking to come forward with Smith. The ball sent in. This is a chance, and it's a goal. Well. So just like that, Fatima, they have taken the lead in minute number 4, and it's that man. Let's see. It is looking to be Bailey. Yeah, he is not the kind of player, Brent, you leave that kind of room for.
Yeah. And a lot of it is down to QRC's design. They gave away the ball in the bad area, QRC. Shaves could have taken a shot, but good vision by the young man. Puts it in the stride of Bailey, who, as you rightfully say, Colin, doesn't make a mistake from...
The thing is, Brent, you look at Tuckett, the defender. He was on the wrong side of Bailey.
Well, he was, because they lost the ball at the wrong part of the game. Queen's Royal College trying to play out to the back. A short pass, eventually intercepted, got into Shaves, and he made a good pass into the box. They really didn't give Tuckett any chance to get back into position. It's a poor giveaway by QRC, and you have to say, Colin, it was self-inflicted.
Oh, it was self-inflicted, but here comes Fatima again through Camacho. He's playing that ball wide. Collier, playing that ball wide to his left, looking for Leach. And it's sent downfield, but it's still kept in play. This is Atherton. Plays a good ball back inside. This is Camacho this time. Plays it out towards Williams. Williams takes it down nicely. Bailey is there for backward support, but Williams looking to go on his own. Plays it in field to the Gans. The Gans looking to go all the way back towards Barrington. He plays it infield for Camacho. Camacho goes wide. Williams does well. He eludes his man. Goes up that right side. Does he keep it in play? No, he does not. It's going to be a throw for QRC.
Well, it's interesting to see, of course, young Jaden Williams, the captain of Fatima, being deployed at the right side. Of course, in the game against San Juan North, he was red carded. And it seems like they've deployed him in a different position. That's a good ball.
Yeah, that's Caruth playing it right through the Fatima defense.
And he finished.
Well, he pushed it a little too far ahead of him. Gave Barrington the chance to get back and play it out. So it's going to be a right-sided corner for QRC. They trail here by 1-0. The goal scored in the 4th minute by Christian Bailey. So they have a right-sided corner. They need to hit back. You just have to think they need to hit back early to get on even terms. So here is the right-sided corner. It's not a bad one, but too close to the keeper. Holds on to it well. Bowls it out towards Bailey. That's a good, strong challenge coming in from Tuckett. And it's going to be a throw for Fatima. Williams is going to take the throw. Well, here goes QRC in control of things again. Tuckett making the run wide, and it goes just behind him. And it goes out. It's going to be a throw for QRC. Tuckett felt that it was not his throw, but I think the ball boys are a little too close to the field at the moment. Some of the ball boys, they need to at least get back towards the rope. So somebody needs to tell them to backpedal a little bit and get at least to the rope. But anyway, let's just hope everything works out well as that ball is played long, and it comes off the head of Williams, who he does well to keep it in. Oh, excellent football on the part of Jaden Williams. Sends it upfield, looking for Bailey, but was overhit. It's going to be a throw for QRC. It's going to be Tuckett. Gets it forward to Caruth. He's one of the better players from QRC. At least he started well. Ball played upfield towards Bailey. He can't keep it in. As it's QRC now trying to knock it around at the back. It's with Grandison. Plays a long ball on that far side towards, that's not Nelson, that's Caruth, who's gone wide on that right side. So Caruth is going to take the throw himself. Gets it inside to Mohammed. The ball now is picked up by Nelson. Looking for some support. Caruth plays it in field. This could be a chance. And a good block here from the defenders as it's now played wide to Bailey. Bailey faced by Tuckett. Plays that ball through, looking for Shaves. Across comes King. But he gives it back to Bailey. This is the Gans. Bailey as Fatima moving up that right side. Nice and smooth as the ball sent across. Headed away. And the shot comes there from Collier. But it took a deflection and Fatima get a left-sided corner. Collier himself is going across to take it.
Yeah, I just think Colin, he hesitated just a bit before striking through the ball, and it allowed the Queens Royal College defenders to get in the pathway to block the ball. It's a good bit of football by Fatima College.
Well, here is the corner. It's going to be taken by Collier. It's not a bad one. The keeper is coming. He punches it, but it's finally cleared away as it comes down towards James, but he doesn't get there before Barrington. Sends a high looping ball to no one in particular, but it's picked up here as Fatima trying to come forward with it through Smith. The ball played into the midfield now as this is Atherton. Goes wide, spreads it towards Williams, who's pretty left-footed, but he uses both feet just as well. Sends it over to the far side. Shaves takes it down. He's being confronted here at the moment by Grandison. Sends it in field. And finally, it's cleared away. And let's see, the referee's whistle has gone. I think it's going to be a free kick for Fatima as the Gans was brought down, says the referee.
Yeah, he just stuck in front of Queen's Royal College defender. As we have another look at it here, Franklin hesitating to clear his lines, and the Gans was able to sneak in right before he made connection. This is a very interesting position for this free kick. Colin, I think it's a bit too close for an up and down. Yeah. It may need some power. So it's interesting to see what they elect to do.
Well, Jaden Williams is there. He tends to be the
power.
Yeah, and the dead ball specialist.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to probably look to hit it. I think the Gans is also there. But let's see. Yeah, that's the Gans. He lures it on for Williams. He smashes it. It takes a deflection and goes out for a right-sided corner. Well worked free kick, Brent, and the wall did its job.
Yeah. Well, I was a bit worried when the ball rolled that not one QRC player responded as we look at it here. Once the Gan goes over it here and then does the roll.
Here's the corner being taken, and eventually QRC get it away. But it goes to Atherton, and he plays it back upfield as Queen's Royal College trying to slow things down at the moment through Lamsey. But it's well won here by Leach. Plays a good ball in field towards Collier. Leach back in possession. Goes right, trying to get it back, looking for some backward support from Atherton. Comes off the Queen's Royal College player, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima. Just about 12 minutes gone here. Fatima leading by that goal from Christian Bailey in the 4th minute.
I think despite their lead, Colin, they haven't necessarily dominated the football game, Fatima. QRC have had their moments and flashes, and they certainly look like an outfit that can get back into this one.
Well, it's a free kick. Just looking to my right here, Brent, I'm seeing Joshua De Silva, the West Indies wicketkeeper, enjoying a little relaxation before the Super 50 starts, where he'll be representing the Red Force. But understand he played for St. Mary's when he was at St. Mary's College.
So is he here to support QRC?
Well, I'm not, maybe, just maybe. Here is at the back, Fatima. Long ball upfield. This is Shaves in a real tussle here. He's a real fighter, isn't he?
Yeah, he's done well. That's brilliant stuff. That's brilliant forward play. Holding up the football and making sure his team keeps possession.
Well, it's the Gans going way over onto the far side. That's Leach, but he can't get it. Or no, sorry, that's Smith who can't get it. And it's going to be a throw for QRC.
Another giveaway by QRC.
Oh, that's not a great shot. There was Collier moving forward with it. Or was it Smith? It looked like Smith, actually, moving forward with it. Never got over the ball. And it went high over the bar. So it's a goal kick for QRC. So there is the Queen's Royal College bench. And, of course, the coach, Kenwin Jones. Didn't like the SportsMax cameras at QRC games last year, Brent. He felt every time SportsMax cameras showed up, QRC got, is it stage fright? I don't know if you call it stage fright at that point in time, or they were camera shy and never performed as they should have done. But here's Leach with the cross, and it goes to Shaves. He can't control it, and it's finally cleared up field. But here the ball played all the way back to Barrington. Mohammed giving chase. It's picked up by the Gans. He plays a ball that's a little bit, hit a little too far. And it's going to be a throw for Queen's Royal College.
Fatima seem to like the SportsMax cameras. They seem to do well.
I know you. I know you were going to come with that. You know. I just had a feeling you were going to come with that. But you know, you talk about every time the SportsMax cameras come at Fatima ground. But you know, home advantage is so important because they train here. They should know where every blade of grass is. You know, It's just like Sanwan North. I always think that Sanwan North is so difficult to beat in Boog.
Yeah, because of the facility, the
Yeah.
size of the pitch.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about this being one of the better facilities in schoolboy football. It certainly is. It's always a well-grassed surface, and despite the cricket pitch in the middle, it's still one of the flatter, even surfaces in football. And it certainly enhances the way Fatima wants to play.
That's right. Well, here is Camacho playing the ball forward, gets it towards Shaves. Shaves plays it to Smith. Smith making that run. That's a good tackle. And it's going to be a throw for Fatima. Ball sent into Shaves. Gives it back to Smith. Smith looking for some support. Shaves gets it to Collier. Collier looking for the... It's not... Brent, we've seen about 3 or 4 shots thus far, and all have gone high over the bar, heading towards the Mukarapo Road. What's happening? Are they not getting over the ball properly?
Well, they're trying a very difficult skill, Colin, which is they're trying to wrap the inside of their foot around the football to guide it into the goal, particularly into the top right-hand corner, the 2 instances from the left-hand side, which is a very difficult skill. Normally players, Colin, when they do that, they tend to overhit the football if you don't get it right. As we take another look at it here, it's a difficult skill. He's trying to use the right foot to guide it and wrap it around, a la Beckham style, but he put too much purchase on the laces and not with the side of the foot.
Well, here comes QRC. The ball played through, but too close to Edwards.
It's a good idea.
It was played towards James, but it was hit too far. Edwards gives it away, but Queen's Royal College, I'm not sure what Mohammed was trying to do. He should have tried to bring that under control, but he's given a throw away to Fatima as Digans looking to come forward with it. Bailey does well, gets there before King, and gives it to Digans. Digans turns with it. He's got onto that far side. This is Smith. Smith plays it in field. Not a good ball as it's picked up by Gray. But he can't keep it in, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima. So the drums have started. There's Anil Roberts, the former Fatima striker. I just hope he doesn't give that story again about when he was benched playing for Fatima many years ago. When he was benched by the then coach, we shall call no names, when he arrived 13 minutes late. He keeps telling that story every single football match, as you know, as if I'm to apologize many years
I know
ago,
you won't apologize.
and I'm not going to apologize.
No, you won't.
No, it taught him a good lesson. He never replayed after that.
Was he benched after that?
No, actually, he came on the field, Brent, scored 2 goals, and I couldn't. He was actually lucky he got on the field, because on that day we just couldn't score. Not that they were a threat, it just couldn't score. And after about 60 minutes, I said, go on the field. And he scored 2 goals, and up to today, he talks about that. Well, it's obviously had an effect on him, so which is good. But here is Fatima leading 1-0, so let's hope that they haven't benched any star forward, that he has to come on and score. But so far, Queen's Royal College, they've settled down nicely, haven't they?
Yeah, they have settled, particularly in the middle of the park, and I wondered leading up to this fixture how the likes of Karut and Lamzi would match up against Camacho, Collier and Digans, and they've done well, the young men from Queen's Royal College. What they're missing is a little bit of quality, certainly in the final third, what is necessary to get them, of course, getting the right sort of looks on goal.
Well, here's Williams. Looking for Smith, but it's intercepted, but given right back to Digans.
Yeah, and that's been their downfall, Colin. They've had a lot of self-inflicted errant passes, which has led to dangerous situations for Fatima College. Looks all right going forward, but that's another errant pass again.
Yeah, you can't give away the ball in those areas, can you? Well, luckily they regained possession, and it's with King. He plays a long ball forward, taken down on the chest by Mohammed, but the loose ball is picked up by Leach. He goes by Arthurton, sorry, gives it to Barrington. Barrington is going to turn, gives it back all the way back to his keeper. Coming up to 20 minutes, Fatima leading still by 1-0. This goal scored in the 4th minute through Christian Bailey, as Arthurton comes forward with it, gets it to Camacho. Camacho plays that ball wide to Smith. Smith chipping it forward, looking for Shaves. He's got some speed. Being confronted now here by King. And eventually It's played out, and it's going to be a corner for the Mukarapo boys. So there is the drummers, and a good crowd here. Nice crowd building up. You expect quite a lot of old boys from both schools should be here. But here is the corner. It's going to be taken by Collier. Not a bad one. The keeper goes up for it. He holds on to it nicely. Bit of a foul committed, so it's going to be a free kick. Referee has a word there with Barrington. So goalkeeper Chahim Afan leaves it for Tuckett. Tuckett starts to come forward with it, but it's with Bailey. Plays it in field to DeGans. DeGans plays it with the outside of his boot, gets it to Jaden Williams. Williams has to go back there to Barrington. Barrington has to go, he goes further back. Didn't see much movement. So Edwards starts it at the back again with Arthurton. Comes forward with it, looking around. Plays that long ball, looking for Smith. Smith takes it on his chest. But Gray did well. So twisting, turning with his Nelson. But he gives it right back to Collier. Collier plays a good ball with the outside of his boot. Smith is not going to get there though before Grandison, who plays it out. And it's going to be a throw. Here is the throw taken quickly towards Smith. He plays it in field. As this is good, strong challenge coming in, and it goes to the loose ball. Goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. As Collier was trying to burst through that inside left position. Ball ruled out here now towards Grandison. He plays that long ball forward looking for Mohammed. But Arthurton right on his back, sends it back upfield. And QRC looking to regain possession here through, that is Caruth. Caruth going wide to Nelson. Nelson comes in field with it, plays a good ball to Mohammed. This could be a chance, but the keeper does well. Comes out quickly and loses possession. I'm not sure what happened there. The ball is still in play. Well. Edwards is down at the moment. There's nobody in the goal. He just has hit it to goal, and it's a goal. Edwards was down at the moment, and they never realized that nobody put the ball out of play. And just like that, in the 24th minute, I think it looks to be, is it Lamsey?
Well, it started here with, of course, Lamsey tussling for the ball here. He gets the ball. It was adjudged to be fair, but it seems to be a lot of chaos here. Poor clearance at the end as the ball eventually comes out, and the strike there by James, into the empty net. Of course, everyone was looking at referee Cecile Hines. Well, everyone in a Fatima yellow and blue was, and the men from Queen's Royal College continue playing. And of course, Colin, the old adage, you play till the whistle.
Yeah. What I think, Brent, I don't think any of the Fatima players realized that Edwards was not in the goal.
Yeah.
Or they should have played to the nearest touch. But in trying to clear the ball, it went straight to James, and he looked up like anybody would have done. See nobody in the goal and planted straight in the back of the net.
Well, I wondered why Edwards did not clear the football when he had possession. To take another, it's an excellent look at it. He just needs to clear the ball. Didn't need to shield it or pick it up. One out of the two, but he tried to shield the ball, and of course he thought that he was fouled, and certainly referee Cecile Hines didn't think that way, and certainly, of course, young man Lamsey didn't think that way, and the ball eventually get to James, and it ended up into the back of the net.
So just like that, QRC are back in this game. It's level pegging now after 24 and a half minutes. So QRC equalizing through James in the 24th minute. Yeah, but let's have a look at that incident again, Brent. When you came out, and then here, clear it.
He thought he was fouled here. He thought he was fouled. Wow. But I go back to my point. You clear the football.
That's right.
There's no need to keep or try to keep possession. We see he holds his head, trying to, of course, get the free kick. It never came. He stayed on the ground. And then, of course, James had the easiest of tasks to put the ball into the back of the net. Yeah, I just wondered, Colin, why Edwards did not clear the ball or pick it up.
Yeah.
because I didn't see a pass back that necessarily meant that he had to pick it up, that he couldn't pick it up.
But even the clearance, I think, coming from Barrington
Was poor.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he had
should have
enough time.
Yeah, and
You're
he should have
correct.
gone for touch.
So they
He
had
must
two.
have known
They
his
had
keeper was down.
They had two opportunities
Yeah.
to clear the ball.
Yeah.
Edwards first, and then Barrington secondly, and he looked like he was ready to stop Barrington.
That's right.
And he cleared it. Well, he didn't because it ended up to James.
And the other thing, Brent, when your keeper is down like that, you need to point it out early to the referee and say, listen, my keeper is down. Stop the game or something like that. But they never did. And you can't blame Cecile Hines for that because she was following the ball. She probably never realized that Edwards remained on the ground.
Well, you'd have to say we're here at 1-1, Colin, and it's two self-inflicted goals
that's
by
right.
both teams.
That's right. Well, it makes for good entertainment here this afternoon down at the Fatima College grounds. And I think, as I said, I really thought, Brent, that Fatima had the better team here this afternoon. And they could still go on to win it. But in games like this...
Derby games. Yeah, it's a lot at stake.
Oh, it's a lot at stake. And both teams...
The crowd's building as well, as you
nice
mentioned.
crowd.
It's we had a look at the rhythm sections in the stand, and you see more and more blue and brown pants coming in. That's the Queen's Royal College fans. And, of course, these young men would want to do well for their school because it's such a big game.
That's right. Well, the ball cleared upfield by Jaden Williams, but it's going to come right back through Tuckett. Atherton doesn't clean it. Doesn't clear it. He was trying to clean up things but made a mess of it. And luckily the header went straight into the hands of Edwards. He sends it upfield looking for Smith. The ball comes off of Smith. Or actually that's Bailey has gone over to the left-hand side now. Bailey, and this is Bailey in possession, as there we have a look at the Fatima bench. So they're probably not very happy at the moment as Bailey goes up that left side. He switched sides with Smith, and eventually the ball is going to go out of play and Fatima has a corner.
Yeah, they need to get themselves back into this one. They looked a bit rattled for a couple of minutes there, Colin, after conceding that goal.
So 1-1 at the moment, as it's Collier with the corner, going towards the far post, but overhit and goes out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick for QRC. Goalkeeper Afan is there. Is he gonna? I think they're gonna go long with it. Most likely Granderson is going to hit it long. Yes, he does. And the heads go up. Williams is there. It comes off the body of Williams, goes to Smith. Smith playing it forward to Digans. Across comes King. Plays it out, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima.
You just feel, Colin, that if Queen's Royal College could eliminate some of the errors, as we see some of the QRC old boys on show, if they can eliminate some of the self-inflicting and of course silly mistakes that gives Fatima College a chances, this could be quite an even game, because so far the application QRC has been good.
It has been. Played down to Mohammed. Mohammed didn't control it all that well, but he's keeping it away from Barrington. Looks to get it to Caruth coming forward. Yeah, coming forward there was Granderson. But it's picked up here in the middle of the field by Fatima as Bailey looks for Shaves. Shaves can't get there before Granderson. And eventually it's played back into the heart of the Queen's Royal College defense. They now send it long forward. This is Nelson. Oh, this Caruth, sorry, in possession. Nelson is just to his right. This is Nelson. Now Nelson plays it down that far side. Here comes Gray. Sends the ball across. That's good defending, but straight into the boot of Nelson. He couldn't keep it down. It goes over the bar, and it's going to be a goal kick for Fatima.
That's a chance, Colin. I think once the ball was not cleared, as we have another look from it, a good cross here by that man Gray. Comes to the part where there, just was always stretching. Just never really looked like he had his body under control with it. And eventually went wide. But I think, Colin, that was a chance.
All right, so here is half an hour gone, some of the Fatima boys, but Kenwin Jones is giving, I'm not sure if he's telling his staff, members of his technical staff, telling them something. But here goes a good solid tackle against Bailey, and it's going to be a left-sided corner for Fatima. Bailey himself is going across to take it. We've seen Collier take the corners before, but this time Bailey is going to take it. The QRC goalkeeper Afan has been beaten once here this afternoon. As Bailey with a corner, this one goes more towards the edge of the area. Eventually cleared downfield. Picked up by Williams. He goes left-sided, but in an offside position there is the man wide out there. Looks to be Collier. So it's going to be actually that was Bailey in an offside position. So Bailey offside there. So the free kick sent downfield. This is Bailey now, back in possession. Being harassed at the back there by Gray. And eventually it comes off of Gray. The throw sent upfield to Collier. Collier trying to flick it on to Shaves. Across comes King. Plays it out. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. There is the Fatima bench. And Hudson Charles leading the troops here as per usual. The head coach of Fatima. As that ball is played forward. Here comes QRC. Nice long ball in field towards Karut. He's not getting there. And that's going to be a foul. No, says the referee. Well, thought he was bundled over. But the ball played onto the far side as QRC turning and twisting with it is Caruth. But eventually Collier bangs it upfield looking for Shaves. The ball is now with King. He plays it into the midfield. This is Franklin. They're trying to get it to tuck it, but Smith doesn't control it, but he now has acres of space in front of him. What is he going to do? He's holding on a little too long. He's looking for some movement. He gets it towards Collier. Collier plays a ball wide, looking for Shaves, but it's intercepted. Loose ball is picked up by Jaden Williams. Williams plays that ball over onto the far side towards Bailey. Bailey sends it back to Leach. Leach in control with that gifted left foot of his. Sends a looping ball, but too close to the keeper. He comfortably holds onto it. And let's see, what is he going to do? Is he going to go long? Walking around with it. He's asking some of the players, yes, to head into the heart of the defense of Fatima. And not such a great kick. It goes out, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima. Leach is going to take it. See, in the meantime...
Well, I think it has to do with, of course, Williams coming out the back as we have a lovely shot there of the drone and the action here at Fatima College Ground. You'd have to think that has to do, Colin, with
when he
went over. It looked like it was a foul.
It did,
but clearly, referee Cecile Hines believe he made a meal of it.
Well, here is QRC in possession down on that right side, and in fact, it's gone out of play. So it's a throw for Fatima. The throw sent upfield looking for Shaves. Shaves does well. Gets the ball, eluding the defender in grey. But Shaves deciding to come back with it. And eventually it's picked up there on that far side. Looks to be Caruth. But he can't keep it in. And a little bit of scrappy play at the moment. No team really controlling the ball. It's thrown to Collier. Is some of the Fatima supporters. As it's played off. The game has lost a little bit, Brent, of its how should I put it? The cohesion in terms of knocking the ball around. Here comes Fatima though, through Shaves. He's going to go wide to Smith. Let's see what Smith is going to do with it. Trying to take on his man. Coming in field with it, but runs into problems. Shaves does well. Picks it up, looks for some support. Gets it towards Smith. Smith sends it in field. but it's headed away. Picked up by Camacho. He gets it to Bailey, but Bailey is in an offside position, and it's going to be a free kick for QRC.
Yeah, and a lot of the luck of it. Take a look again at the stats. Like 63% possession for Fatima College against 37% for Queen's Royal College. And a pass completion for Fatima of 62%. Of course, that's a huge gap between Fatima and Queen's Royal College as it relates to possession. And it's we've seen that in the game. Queen's Royal College seem to be very comfortable with going a bit more direct and being certainly direct in their play. Fatima College likes to play through the middle of the park. But you're right, it has been scrappy at times, and a lot of it is down to the tenacity and work rate of Queen's Royal College. They're able to get 1 and 2 players every time in the faces of a Queen's Royal College player, which has made it very difficult for them.
They've worked hard.
They've worked very hard.
Yeah.
And that man there in your picture, Colin, might be thinking, how do you get around? It's always seems like they have an extra body here and there, Queen's Royal College. And you just wonder, with that sort of work rate and this sort of temperature, will they have any energy left going into the second half?
Well, here's Atherton. Plays the ball forward, and let's see, no foul, says the referee. Play on. Thought there was a little bit of pushing on the back. It's sent across the field to Williams. Williams plays it forward to DeGans. DeGans is just flicking it on towards Smith. Smith has got Shaves up front. He's trying to go up that right side. Going towards that byline. Sends it across, looking for Shaves. Oh, could be goal number 2. DeGans has put it away for Fatima in minute number 38. And just like that, a good run from Smith. He got the ball across, and young DeGans has made it 2-1. Fatima back in front.
And yeah, it's all down to the hard work by that man, Darlington. Smith, sorry. Coming down the side. But Smith, good cross into the box. There was no Queen's Royal College. One ball watching. The other misses the ball. And DeGans there
All
to make sure he puts it in the back. Yeah,
it was all by himself.
Quentin Jones would be disappointed with the man marking, but I'm sure that ball boy would be happy with the cuddle and the go-ahead goal. 2-1 to Fatima. And it's strange, Colin, to see the ball, of course, taking its time to get into the box and an attacker being that free and that open. And that's really down to poor marking. It's not like there weren't any blue shirts in the vicinity. They just did not take up their assignment.
Here is Atherton. Goes wide on that left side, looking for Bailey. Not a good ball. And it's going to be a throw for QRC. A little bit of pushing, but again, QRC regain possession. This is King. Starting to come forward with it. Decides to go wide on the left, looking for James, the man who scored the goal for Queen's Royal College. A little bit of a lack of communication between James and Tuckett, but James regains possession, but he's brought down by Smith. It's going to be a free kick for QRC. So here is Grandison coming across to take the free kick.
Well, we've had some dark clouds circling the area, Colin, and we talked about the pitch, and you wonder if this cloud was to burst, how would that impact the field and how would that impact the play?
What about us?
Well, it shouldn't impact us. We're covered.
Okay, I'll take you. I trust you, Brad. Let's just hope so. But so that the free kick was taken by Gray, actually, and not Grandison. And they've got another free kick, but this time lining up is Nelson. He's going to take this free kick. So here's Nelson. Hits against the body of DeGans. Nelson does well. Shielding it nicely. Gets it to Tuckett. Tuckett trying to go down the line with it. Trying to outwit Smith. And Smith comes with a good crunching tackle in the end. Gives away a corner. So Queen's Royal College, just about 5 minutes left in the first half and whatever added on time. And they trail at the moment by 2-1. Nelson is going to take the free kick. So here is Nelson, as referee Hines having a word with a couple of the players in the box, having a close eye on them. As here comes the corner, not a good one. Suppose it finds a blue shirt though, but eventually it's cleared upfield. Granderson is there with the header, heads it out towards Bailey. Bailey takes it down nicely, looking for Shaves. Gets past Granderson. Here comes Shaves. This is a good run. Shaves still in possession. And well, what a run, what a goal by young Shaves in the 42nd minute to make it 3-1 now. He really, a solo effort by him. He took on the QRC defense and he's got some speed. He's got some ability as well on the ball. He went past two defenders. The keeper came and he slotted away nicely, Brent.
Yeah, and he's been busy all afternoon. He made a 60-40 ball his at 50-50, and then he was on his way. Confidence, poised. And look at that for Kraft. And not too bad to add a goal to the end of that. It's a good bit of skill by him. He deserves it. He's worked very hard in the runs he's made. And then now he adds a sprinkling of quality.
This is
and a celebration that only you may understand, Colin, the block of the eye.
Well, so 42 minutes, he scored goal number 3, and Fatima now leading a little bit more comfortably by 3-1 as the ball is headed forward. Long clearance by Granderson, trying to get it wide towards Nelson, but Leach with the throw gets it towards Bailey. Bailey trying to take on his man. The loose ball goes into the middle with Caruth. But it's given right back to Fatima. As they look to come forward with it now. And the ball played all the way far to goalkeeper Afan, who clears it downfield. This is Digans, the man who scored the second goal. Gets it back towards Barrington. He's stripped. This time referee Hines agrees that he's stripped and he takes the free kick quickly. Gets it to Camacho. Camacho plays it out to Leach. Leach gets it towards Bailey. Bailey flicking it in field, trying to get it towards Collier. And he gets the return ball nicely. As he goes up that left side now, does Christian Bailey. Still in possession. Sends it over towards the far side, but it's headed away by Tuckett. But this is Leach, back in possession for Fatima. Leach goes up that left side. Let's see the cross. He chips it in field. And there was Digans. Couldn't really get hold of it. It was sort of behind him, Brent. And you could see him trying to maybe angle that ball back towards the goal. Couldn't do that. It went out, and it's going to be a goal kick for Queen's Royal College. Yes, we see a player down at the moment. It's just out of our picture. And there he is. It could very well be Granderson. Not too sure at the moment. And referee Hines is saying to him, you need to just come off the field. It's actually Caruth. So one of their more gifted players. Aidan Caruth. So it's going to be a goal kick for QRC. Coming up to 45 minutes. Just have to wait and see just how much time has been added on. We understand that there's just about 2 minutes of added on time to the first half as we continue to look at some of the spectators here. I thought I saw in the picture there former principal Anthony Garcia. But here is Queen's Royal College coming forward with it now. Nice ball played down that right side. This is James, who's gone over to that far side, plays it in field towards Lamsey. Lamsey is robbed of it, and it's picked up here by Williams. Well, Williams taking a little bit of a chance there, trying to dribble his way out, and eventually this is King. But Williams sends it right back upfield. Shaves not heading it. There was Grandison heading it before Shaves, but it's picked up by Smith. The Gans looking to come back in field with it. He's going to go wide towards Bailey. Bailey didn't control it all that well. He's being confronted now by Grandison. He comes in field with it. Gets it to the Gans. This could be a chance. He bangs it. Good defending here on the part of King as Leach sends it in field, and it's cleared down. No, not a good clearance because Bailey picks it up. Goes over to the far side. Tuck it. Heads it on, and the keeper eventually gets hold of it. We are into added on time. Just coming up to about a minute and a half. We have 2 minutes of added on time as the ball played downfield. This is Mohammed being challenged by Barrington. Looks to play it in field towards Nelson. Nelson has a shot, but certainly was not in any position, and it's picked up by Collier. Collier starts to come forward with it, leaves it for Bailey. Bailey does well, gets by his man, plays that ball, looking for Shaves. Shaves confronted at the moment in the middle of the field there, just inside the penalty area, by King, who clears it away. A throw for Fatima. Shaves is going to take it. Decides to play it in field towards Collier. Collier back to Shaves. And the referee whistle goes to indicate that we've played the 2 minutes of added on time. And at the moment, Fatima, they lead here at the college ground by 3 goals to 1. The goals coming in the 4th minute through Bailey. In the 24th minute, QRC equalized through James. Then in the 38th minute, the Gans made it 2-1. And 4 minutes later, Shaves made it 3 goals to 1 at QRC at the moment, leading comfortably here at the Mukarapu Road ground by 3 goals to 1. So there we have it. Fatima 3, QRC 1. We're going to take a break. back here to Fatima Ground. It's the halftime as Fatima, they lead against Queen's Royal College by 3-1. Let's have a look at the highlights. As there was referee Cecile Hines getting us underway, and immediately Fatima were on the offensive. Shaves going right across there, squaring it back, and eventually it was cleared off the line. That was early danger for Queen's Royal College. But then Smith playing that ball infield. Shaves sending it across, and Bailey getting on the inside of the tucket, put it into the back of the net. Really good control by him, and he took the goal well. Fatima leading now after just 4 minutes. They took the lead, 1-0. And then we had a free kick from Jaden Williams taking a deflection. It could have gone anywhere, but it went outside, and it's going to be a corner. And here is Collier not really getting over the ball, but a little bit of a problem here for Fatima. Not good goalkeeping by Edwards. He doesn't tend to make mistakes. Here, he made a bad mistake. Eventually, it was cleared upfield by Barrington. Not a good clearance. In the meantime, Edwards was on the ground. James looked up and saw nobody in the goal, and he had the easy task of just putting it into the back of the net. Not a great clearance, and just like that, Queen's Royal College in the 24th minute, they were back on level terms at 1-1. Game on, and they started to put some pressure on the Fatima defense. There was a chance for Nelson, couldn't keep it down, and Fatima eventually, a good run up that right side by Smith, sends the ball across. Shaves flicks it onto the Gans, and he put it into the back of the net. A really well taken goal. The ball there going onto the Gans, and he put it beautifully into the back of the net past goalkeeper Afan. So 2-1 now. Fatima back in the lead after 38 minutes. As there, the ball boy getting a little bit of a special hug from the goal scorer. As this is Shays. What a good run from him. Got the better of it, picked up the ball, beat one, beat the keeper, and then slotted the ball into an empty net. What a good run by him. He took his, he controlled that beautifully. He took the goal extremely, very, very well. So at half there, 3-1. Fatima leading Queen's Royal College. Let's have a look at the stats here. The shots, 7 Fatima, 3 to Queen's Royal College. Both teams with 3 shots on target, and funnily enough, those 3 shots on target for Fatima means that they scored all 3 goals. 3 fouls each, no yellow cards, no red cards, 2 offsides to Fatima, 6 corners to 2, saves 2-1, and possession, of course, in favour at the moment of Fatima by 60-40. Let's go down to Hans on the field.
Thank you very much, Colin Murray. 3-1 the score, Fatima College over QRC at halftime. Brent Sancho looking at the statistics and what happened during the half. What do you make of the first one?
Well, I think one of the points that the statistics does not point to is the individual errors, and that is what has caused Queen's Royal College so far. Of course, if you pull the Shave goal out of it, the equation, the other 2 goals were certainly self-inflicted. It was poor play defensively. They've looked stretched at time, Queen's Royal College. They've had their moments in 1 or 2, but certainly for what they've produced so far, 3-1 down, I think they could count themselves a bit fortunate, because Fatima College has played on the front foot.
Leo, you've been following the tournament, and of course you would have seen Fatima College many times. You'd have seen QRC. What can we expect in the second half?
I think you could just expect a lot more of the same from Fatima. I think another stat that wouldn't show on the graphic is the confidence oozing through this team, you know, the desire to drive forward, put pressure on that QRC defense. I think for QRC, they're going to just have its damage limitation, really, because it's going to be difficult to fight even against this atmosphere.
Well, one young man that will look to help in that damage limitation is young Tao Lamzi. Let's take a look at his player profile.
This year, I think it will be better for us as a team when we're physically ready and mentally ready. Sometimes I would feel to give up because the training tough. Coach don't want us to be like last year where we were inconsistent. We want us more consistent, more fit. Last year, it wasn't as bad as this year. This year, coach said he took it to us. He said we can't fall back like how we were last year. We try to reach and maintain a certain standard this year so we could be victorious, and I think that will help us a lot. Well, one of the main goals, not only my goal, but the team goal is to lift up a title, whether it's SSFL title, Intercol. It would be good if we get both when we work so hard during pre-season. I think the brotherhood gives us an advantage on the field, knowing that we had camp during the vacation, went to Bago, we were supposed to have a camp here in school, and the consistent training brings us together as a team. what motivates me during the season. Sometimes you may feel to give up, but coach will always tell us hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. Basically saying you could have all the talent in the world and you feel if you're not fit enough, you wouldn't be able to produce.
Joining me on the pitch, we now have Anel Roberts, Fatima, old boy, commentator, so many other things we can say about Anel. But Anel, you come to every game to see Fatima College play. Why is there such a deep love for this school and this team?
Well, your alma mater, once you're in there, and when I came in, Clive Pantin was the principal, then Mr. Moore, the unity, the love, the respect, and of course football with your own Colin Murray there, who was my coach, who gave us some lifelong lessons. So to support the boys, it's good to see the team playing very well, so here, right through.
Well, let's talk about some lifelong lessons. About that time you reached 13 minutes late for the game and Colin Murray put you on the bench. Let's talk about that a little bit.
No, it was a nightmare because I wasn't in school that day because I had a virus, not COVID, and my mother was in court and she kept telling me she coming to pick me up and so on. I said, Mommy, I could take a yellow band maxi and head up. She said, no, she coming. A long story short, we were supposed to be in the room at 2:45. I reach at 2:58, start to hustle, apologize. Colin Murray starts putting on the team from Saga, from in the goalkeeper, coming up, Mamba and so on. And then he put S. Rodriguez. And after S. Rodriguez, supposed to be A. Robert. So I saw A. And I say, I get through. And then he put A. John.
Oh, wow.
I stopped tying my boots, walk across. This was a huge game. You had to realize it's 1987. Fatima had not won anything since 1979 Intercol national title. This was Mukurapo top of the table.
Right.
And this man, Colin Murray, benched me.
Wow.
Mukurapo with brothers and things had to knock all over us.
Okay, but Anel, we know how the story ends.
Yeah.
You scored 2 goals. But what was the life lesson from that particular
The life
instance?
lesson was don't ever be late, boy. Because
Aye.
sucking bench is the worst thing in God green earth. Colin Murray, oh Lord.
Thank you very much, Anel Roberts. Let's take a look at another Fatima College player, Mr. Jaden Williams.
I'd say give my team an advantage is the way that we play, the way we know to use our space, the way we think, the way we play with each other. We've been playing with each other since we are Form 1. And I'd say that when we're on the park, everything just gels perfectly. It's been draining because, it's been football non-stop. But again, if I want to make a life out of this, I'm willing to put in the work and keep putting it in because at the end of the day, it's my future. And this is what I want to do. I think I have the discipline and determination that scouts will be looking for when they need to put in the extra hours and the extra work. I like when crowds come to watch the games, that gives me more excitement. That makes me feel to express myself more. Before every game, I just like to vibes with the team. I like to, make jokes, listen to music, make sure everybody's in a good frame of mind. I prefer to get hyped before the game. So, I like to get everybody on the same page, make sure everybody confident and ready in themselves. I'd say I have a lot of mentors, but I'd say my biggest mentor is probably my father. As I know, I probably stress him out a lot, but I know he always keeps patient with me and always keep trying to guide me in the best way to be the best of myself. My personal goals are to be the SSFL League champion, North Zone Integral champion and the National Integral champion, and also be the National Final MVP champion twice in a row.
Life lessons in secondary schools, Football League Premiership Division. We continue with more action here on the pitch. QRC versus Fatima College continues. We remind you to download that SportsMax app. When we come back, more SSFL Premiership Division action.
Welcome back here to Fatima Ground. There's referee Cecile Hines. Going to get the action going shortly. If you're now joining us here on SportsMax, and it's 3-1 at the moment that Fatima lead against QRC. We know Fatima has made a substitution. Mango has come on for Camacho, and I understand that QRC has made a sub as well. We'll give you that information shortly. As here we start. This is Mango getting his first touch of the ball, gets it back towards Atherton. He gets it to Leach. Leach coming forward nicely with it. He's got Bailey in support. This is Bailey. Plays it down the line as Leach can't keep it. Actually came off of the QRC player in Nelson. And no, it says the referee. In fact, it's a throw for QRC. This is Nelson. But Atherton does well, gets it forward, but it's picked up by Bailey. Bailey chipping it down, looking for DeGans. Cleared back upfield as a nice turn there from Granderson, but he can't keep it in. So it's going to be a throw for Fatima as the throw sent infield. This is Mingo, the man who's come on as a sub. Not a good pass from him. And here comes Queen Royal College. The man that is the man who's come on as a substitute there in Jaden. But he himself can't keep possession. So it's going to be a throw for Queen's Royal College. But it's picked up by Mingo. No one can't really get hold of it at the moment. In fact, it's now thrown back towards Mingo. He plays it in field nicely, looking to play a 1-2 with DeGans. This is Mingo in possession. Comes wide towards Bailey. Bailey plays it forward towards DeGans. DeGans still in possession, has to go back to Bailey. Bailey getting it to Mingo. Mingo playing it back here towards Bailey. Tries to go down the line with it. It comes off of Granderson, and it's going to be a left-sided corner for Fatima. So Fatima with this left-sided corner, taken quickly. This is Bailey. Plays that ball back to Atherton. Leach. Bailey. Good movement from them. Chips it over to the far side. It's well defended. Then Lamsey playing it upfield. Comes right back in the heart of the defense. And now banged away upfield. Out comes Edwards. Remember the last time he came out, there was a problem. And Fatima conceded the goal. Here, he takes no chances. Sends it downfield. It's going to be a throw for QRC.
Well, I'm looking for a reaction from Queen's Royal College. Of course, being 2 goals down, 3-1 is the score. And that reaction would be how they approach this game. They really have to take control of the football game, Colin. They've allowed Fatima College to not only dictate the pace, but also dictate the way things go within the match. I think if Queen's Royal College could start taking the initiative towards Fatima College, of course that would mean possessing the football and being a lot more considerate in their approach to the game. I think they may have a chance, but the question is, can they do it? If we are to use, of course, evidence from the first half, it would take a very huge swing in momentum for that to happen.
Well, here's the ball sent upfield, and can't really, no one in possession of it at the moment. And in fact, yeah, it looks to be the man going up that left side with it, but QRC trying to gain possession. No one really in possession of it. It's back and forth. And again, the ball given away, headed forward.
It's a good touch.
Yeah, it is. Sent over onto this far side looking for Nelson. But it's picked up by Leach, and he's going to allow his...
Excellent defensive play.
Yeah.
Because he could have easily swung at it and missed, or tried to head it back and leave it short for the goalkeeper. Instead, he rightfully allowed it to roll all the way through. And this is right there, Colin. I think that's where Queen's Royal College needs to move about 5 or 10 yards higher up the park, put Fatima College under a bit more pressure, make it a little bit more difficult for them to play out to the back and play these passes square and wide, because it has, of course, lead to Fatima College putting themselves in some very, very advantageous positions.
It's a good turn, good shot over the bar. Good idea, just couldn't keep it down. Shaves.
And again, from a Queen's Royal College perspective, that's just too easy. You're looking at 4 or 5 blue shirts, Colin, just standing and watching Shaves as we have another look at it. Look at the blue shirts in and around. just allows him to turn and sets up a shot. Always, of course, leaning back, just never really struck it cleanly. But it's just really, really poor defending by Queen's Royal College.
I like the look of Mingo, who has come onto the field, Brent, in a midfield position. He is in possession. What I like about him is he's looking to play two-touch football in the middle of the field. He's picking on the ball, laying the ball off, getting into nice positions. I like the look of him in the first 5 minutes of the second half. And this number 18 there, Mingo, looks to be a quality player. But early days yet for him, and we'll have to see how he progresses in this second half. Nice crowd here now at Fatima Ground. Really, it's built up beautifully this afternoon. From the time we've started to now, this is a long ball played forward, and the man running onto it there was Jaden, who has come on as a substitute. And Edwards getting it wide to Leach. Leach looks good, plays it in field. Gets it towards Collier. Collier plays that ball wide onto that right side towards Smith. Smith plays it forward. The man making the run going down that right side is DeGans. DeGans back inside to Smith. DeGans get the return ball. The loose ball now picked up here by Queen's Royal College as they come forward with it, looking for Jaden. But it's one back here by Williams. Plays a good ball onto the left side towards Bailey. Bailey takes on his man. He goes past Granderson. He's confronted now by confronted by Gray. And eventually it goes off to the right side. The shot comes in the back of the net. Looks to be Levi Smith. Makes it 4-1 in minute number 52. Wow, there's Bailey picking it up, Brent.
Yeah, all designed and crafted here by this man Bailey. Good bit of skill, tucks inside of his man and unselfishly lays it in there. Good dummy there by DeGans. And look at that, had all the time to not only pick out his spot, but do it in style, Colin. And you'd have to think that's game, set, match to Fatima College. Good finish, good bit of football, team football that is. And the fans at the back of the goal enjoying that one.
Yes, Levi Smith. So he becomes the fourth different goal scorer for Fatima. Remember, it started with Bailey, then DeGans, then Shaves at halftime. Those were the 3 goal scorers for Fatima at halftime. And now Smith, he's added a fourth. And Fatima now in cruise control. Williams gets it to Arthurton. Mingo chips it forward, looking there, trying to get the guns going. But here's Mingo again. He's bundled down, but the referee now erodes the free kick. I was about to say referee was playing advantage, but then they lost the advantage, and it's going to be a free kick for Fatima. It's referee Cecile Hines. He's done a pretty good game so far. There's the foul.
Yeah, he was late. I don't think there was any real intent, malicious intent in that. Just a mistimed challenge. And you just think from the men in blue there that we just saw in our shot, they're probably thinking, where is it going to come from? So they've just not shown any real impetus to get back into this one.
Here is Kiwasi trying to come forward with it, but Bailey wins it. Looking to play a one. Here's Bailey right through. This is 5-1.
Yeah, that's outstanding stuff. That's outstanding stuff. And they're enjoying it now. That's just great team play. And they have every right to celebrate. Because Queen's Royal College, Colin, was mesmerized.
Oh, yeah. Let's have a look at it, Brent.
Again, self-inflicted.
Should have cleared it.
Should have cleared it. Instead, Bailey picks it up, cleverly puts it in. The guns into Shaves. Nice flick around the corner. Oh, look at that for a bit of skill. Wrongs the goalkeeper, Afan, who had no chance at all. Spreads himself, beaten easily. And Bailey just tucks it into the net. Great team goal. I don't think we give that award out. We always talk about, of course, goals of the season. We look to individuals. I tell you what, Colin, from a team perspective, you'd find it hard to see a better team goal.
Well, 5-1 now, minute number 54. Bailey, he's got his brace. And, well, I suppose I said Fatima now in cruise control. I think they're more in cruise control now. They're just bossing this game, as they say. Well, that's a tough challenge. And tough challenge coming in there. Let's see, the man putting in that challenge.
Yeah, that's
Barrington.
That's a very, very late challenge.
Yeah, by Barrington there.
Barrington. But Colin, look at this for a team goal. Of course, as I said, self-inflicted, but take nothing away from this. Good vision, tucks it over, continues his run, good bit of football. Shave sees him with the corner of the eye. Look at that for a bit of deception, tucks it into the goal. And again, Colin, probably one of the better goals we've seen here in the SSFL this season.
Yep.
Not taking anything away for some of the magnificent strikes by Sween.
Yeah, but we're talking here, Brent, as you rightly said, a team goal.
Yeah.
4 or 5 different players involved.
Good vision,
And yeah,
patience, weight of pass.
started with Bailey as well.
Started
and
with
finished
Bailey
with
and
him.
ended with Bailey.
With the good thing with Bailey is that he kept his run going, didn't he?
And Shaves had the vision to see him and, of course, laid it almost perfectly. And, of course, Bailey still had a bit of work to do. He stepped across the goalkeeper as confirmation of the score there, 5-1. He didn't think in the first 15, 20 minutes, Colin, that this would end up this way because QRC was showing the right sort of application, and somewhere along the line, they have certainly unraveled, and that man has been pondering as to what could be done. A lot of it, I must say, Colin, has been individual errors, poor marking, poor decisions, and of course, again, that instance there for the 5th goal could have cleared his lines.
Yeah, he should have.
And he didn't.
Should have. Well, it's going to be a free kick for QRC. There is Lamsey and Nelson over the ball. We'll have to wait and see who is going to take it. Nelson has been the one who has been taking a lot of the free kicks and corners. Lamsey as well is one of the dead ball specialists on this team. So let's see, Nelson is standing very close to the ball. Lamsey, in fact, let's see, Nelson is just backing away. There's a 4-man wall by Fatima. There's the 4-man wall. Here's the shot from Lamsey, but that's going to be easy for the keeper. No power at all in that. Brent, the idea was good, but you've got to kick it with some sort of power. You've got to kick it with some sort of
conviction.
Yes, that's the word.
And there was none of that.
That's right.
I was looking at Edwards. He was expecting it to come with a lot more power, and he just glided across.
Yeah, and he sort of waited on it and said, "Come on, ball, please reach me." And but here goes Fatima down that right side, and eventually it's sent upfield. It's going to be a throw.
You know, you talked about this game, Colin, being a derby game, being a big game for both schools, bragging rights. Of course, it's a lot more important than the points and the standing, the conversation around the cooler for the old boys. Yeah. And it's just not been that sort of game for Queen's Royal College. You're looking for a reaction here because this game means a lot for both schools. Certainly haven't seen that sort of reaction I was expecting from Queen's Royal College.
Well, I would have expected to see a little bit more, how should I put it, in terms of them fighting for the ball, trying to get possession, trying to, but I haven't seen it. I think we're going to see a yellow card here. Yes, yellow card given there to Barrington.
Well, we have a couple of results coming in, Colin. Of course,
half-time?
At half-time results, San Juan North leads Speyside by 1-0. And Pleasantville, they're up 1-0 against Chaguanas North. A battle of the bottom dwellers.
Yep.
And of course, St. Benedict's College 0-0 with Presentation. That's the scoreline.
Tell you what,
and
Presentation.
Both teams, I think, are in form. Both St. Benedict's and Presentation. That's an excellent fixture. And we have to keep our eye on that because Presentation has been climbing up the ladder. And Arima North Secondary, 0-0 with East Mokorapo.
They're another team,
That's
Brent,
been creeping up.
Yeah, and they hardly concede. So we're going to see a free kick for Queen's Royal College as Barrington was booked. So here is the free kicks. Nelson is over the ball as per usual. That's going to be hit too close to the keeper, and Edwards is going to take that comfortably. So just coming up to the hour mark here. Fatima completely in control. Fatima leading here by 5-1. And really in total control. Here they go again. This could be another chance. The ball is played to Shaves. He couldn't control it. He tried to volley it. He realized he was by himself. He was moving into the ball, but just couldn't control the volley. But you have to think, had he been able to control that, it would have been 6-1.
Yeah, and I think there's a gust of wind that's blowing across the ground and may have held the ball up a bit. He was waiting for it to come down to try to meet it lower. But of course, it never really did. And with the advance in Afan, as we have a look at it, good ball in there by Smith. I think it started to hold up right about here. Afan approaching, and he had to connect with the ball a bit higher than he would have liked to. Maybe even better suited, trying to strike it with his left foot. That's certainly a chance.
Lamsey plays a ball wide on that left side as it's intercepted by Barrington. Trying to play it infield was James. But here goes Lamsey. Sends it infield. This could be an opportunity for QRC. Eventually it's cleared away by Mingo. This is Smith. Plays it infield as Digans in possession now. Looking to go wide to Bailey. It's going to be difficult to control because a little bit of a nudge by Granderson, but Bailey still has possession. And he brings Granderson down. It's going to be a free kick for QRC. See a substitution for Franklin is making his way off.
Yeah, just a little bit of a nudge at the back there. Of course, interpreted as a foul.
And Eve is the man coming on. Wonder if that's any family to Angus.
Does have a bit of a resemblance to him.
Oh.
Your cousin or something, I'm not sure. Certainly they need someone of Eve-like quality, Queen's Royal College.
See another substitution. It looks like Dolly has also come on. And we'll tell you who he has come on for in a minute. So 2 substitutions by Queen's Royal College. Fatima themselves, they're making a substitution. It seems that Shaves is coming off. Or is it, let's just see who has come on to the field. We'll give you all those substitutions in a minute. So apparently Eve, young Eve, Seth Eve is his name. And here is a chance for Queen's Royal College, but out comes Edwards, doesn't hold on to it, and they eventually get a goal kick. We understand it's Angus Eve's son. So we'll have to see what some of the dribbling qualities he may have, Brent.
Yeah, and if he can do at least half or more of what his dad used to do, then Queen's Royal College would be in good business. Because certainly the attributes that Angus had as a player is needed now.
Well, here is Lamsey, sends it infield, headed away.
He's got to strike, I'm thinking.
Well, he struck it, not a bad effort.
Not a bad effort at all.
It had some pace on it, coming through there from Philip Gray. He hit it hard, and it took a deflection. And those type of deflections, Brent, as you know, can go anywhere.
Well, I thought when he stopped before he ran into the ball, it may have prevented him from getting a clean strike. But boy, was I wrong.
Yes, he
I
hit
just
it well.
think, Colin, that was creeping in and heading to the target. It's a good spell for Queen's Royal College.
So here is the corner, and Edwards being pushed, and it's going to be a free kick at the moment. So here we have the confirmation of the substitutes. Collier, Trestrail is on for Collier. And then Correa, or Correa, is it? Yeah, Correa is on for Shaves. And then QRC, we see Dolly on for Granderson. And Eve on for Franklin. So there's confirmation of the various substitutes we've had as the ball is sent upfield now by Tuckett. Goes to that man looking to come up that right side. In Jaden, but it's picked up in the midfield here now as Fatima looking to come forward with it. It goes wide to Bailey. Bailey still in possession, trying to come forward, being harassed, and eventually a real tussle now. And oh, that's going to be a free kick as Bailey seemed to have brought down. I think it's going to be a yellow card.
Well, it looked like he was expecting to get a kick himself there.
Yeah.
And then he went in himself and kicked his opponent.
Yep, he's got a yellow card for his troubles. And Christian Bailey.
And I think if there is any concern to be had from a Hudson Charles perspective, it's the cards are starting to pile up a bit. It'd be silly for them now to get themselves sent off in a game what I would consider calling over and done.
Well, here is the ball played downfield, looking for Bailey. He can't get it. It's going to be a goal kick for QRC. Sorry, a goal kick for, yes, it is going to be a goal kick, not a corner, a goal kick. Yes, I think the cards, in fact, not too sure, Brent, going forward, if they're cancelled, the one intercall starts a different competition. But I believe, Brent, when the cards accumulated, I think once the intercall starts, they are no longer taken into consideration, but it's something we'll have to check on. The rules change every year, somebody says, oh, it's not fair or something like that.
And it changes right away.
Yeah.
Well, I just wonder with the type of fixtures and games to come, and it's not necessarily me wrapping this up and suggesting that it's a foregone conclusion, but it's a lot of close games to come, as it relates to the league table. And you'd have to say we are very fortunate to have, I would say, Colin, a 4 to 5 horse race.
Yeah, it's a much closer race this year. I would think if Presentation win today,
they'll be there.
Naparima, they're right in contention. But here goes the man who's come on as a substitute, Correa. He's looking to go down that left side, sends it across, but bad communication there between King and his goalkeeper, Afan.
Well, it looked like Correa wanted to get in on his right foot and it wasn't allowed to do that. Instead, he stabs it into the box and it was eventually cleared.
Well, Leach going across to take the corner, a left-sided corner. So here's Leach with that corner, with his left foot, kicks it low. Not a good one. And it's picked up here by Queen's Royal College as they're looking to come forward with it. And a foul on Mohammed. And so it's going to be a free kick for QRC. So it's going to be Philip Gray with the free kick. Sends it deep into the heart of the Fatima defense, and Atherton with a header, but eventually cleared away by Barrington. So it's sent towards the goalkeeper, who collects it, Edwards. And Brent, just as I thought, the cards are cancelled once they get into the intercall because it's a different competition. So I'm very happy that good sense prevailed with that. So we have confirmation that they are in fact cancelled. But here is Trestrail with a long ball towards Bailey. Plays it forward. This is a chance. Oh, he's hit it straight to the keeper. Well.
Yeah. It's a good run by Degans.
Yeah, he missed the opportunity.
But he missed the opportunity.
Yeah.
May have needed really to, of course, let the ball come a little bit further across him so he could have gotten a cleaner strike. Good pass by Bailey. Strikes it, I think, for my liking, Colin, maybe a little bit too early.
Yeah.
He was stretching backwards, trying to get and generate power from it, and just never came. Well, this could be a break for Queen's Royal College. Support touch.
But cleared away by Williams.
Yeah.
Takes no prisoners with that. And it's going to be a left-sided corner for Queen's Royal College. Or, let's see, I think it may have come off, actually. It would have come off the Queen's Royal College player, is it? Yeah, and so it's going to be a goal kick. As we see the players just having a refreshment break. So 70 minutes have gone here. And as we say, Fatima in cruise control at the moment, comfortably leading this fixture by 5-1.
You've just not seen that reaction I was looking for, Colin. You just thought that coming into the second half, 3-1 down, a derby game. We've seen some of the fans there. Of course, as we said, this is a game that has a lot more riding on it than points and standings. But it's just haven't been that for Queen's Royal College. And the lead up to this game, as we have another look here of some of the goals, Colin.
Yep.
Of course, self-inflicted, a giveaway by Queen's Royal College defender, poor marking, and then Bailey with the easiest of tasks to tap it in.
This is another, to me, is
look at the marking, really Colin, look at it. Yep. Look at this.
The guy's all alone,
all alone, blue shirts in attendance, but not close enough. I was able to tap it in. Again, poor tackle. Shaves guessing, take nothing away from him. Look at this for a bit of individual skill. And puts it into the back of the net. And then now Bailey, probably the pick of the litter for us. Speaking for Colin Murray and myself. Taps it over. And good finish.
Bailey again at the heart of it, isn't he?
At the heart of it. And then we thought that was nice. And then this came along. Didn't clear the ball, Mohammed. Allows Fatima. Look at that.
What I loved about that, Brent, is the run from Bailey. He kept going. He started it, laid it off, but he didn't just stand up and watch on. He kept his run going. Excellent goal.
Well, of course, the stats indicating exactly what we've seen so far. 64% Fatima, 36 for Queen's Royal College. And the pass completion, a 65% pass completion for Fatima and 44 for Queen's Royal College. It must be noted, Colin, in the pass completion, a lot of those passes were Fatima not under pressure. Easy passes, no real Queen's Royal College player in attendance. And it's been very easy, particularly in the middle of the park. I did highlight that leading into it. Whether or not the likes of Lamzi and Karut could manage the likes of Degans and Camacho and Collier. And I think that scoreline certainly answers my question.
Well, there is a substitution. Mason has come on for Bailey. So I think a well-deserved rest for Bailey. He's been excellent. He was on the right, he came over on the left, and he's certainly had a say in at least 3 or 4 of the goals for Fatima. Been excellent. Well, here is the ball played all the way back towards Atherton. He goes to Leach. Leach plays it down the field, looking for the man there who has come on as a substitute. Or that's actually Smith. So Smith has now come over to the left-hand side. And so he's come over to this left-hand side. Smith, we saw him take his goal very nicely on the right side. But he's going back over to the right side now. And there is the man who has come out as a substitute, Mason. Trying to go down that left side that was so good for Bailey. And this is a good run from Korai as he brought down. No, says the referee. So, has she given a free kick?
Yeah, and I think it's the right call.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like Korai impeded his man. If you have a look at it here, he was running, he made this touch. That's good defending. He got his body in between the ball and the man, and was able, of course, to make sure that Correa and that's Seth Eve with a defensive display. Well done.
Well, here's Mason. Back to Correa, looking for the 1-2. But it's picked up here by Mingo. Mingo playing it to Mason. Mason towards Barrington. He's going to go wide on the right as this is Williams. Sends that ball deep. Oh, it's headed on. This is Mason. This is a chance here. But he's offside. Well, he was all alone. But you now understand why he was all alone, because he was in an offside position. There is the man, Jonathan Mason. So even if he had put the ball in the back of the net, it would not have counted. So the free kick for QRC. It's going to be taken by Gray. So just about 75 and a half minutes gone here. Fatima comfortably leading by 5-1. Good ball played in by Jaden, but it's picked up here in the middle of the field by DeGans. Sends it over to the far side. Levi Smith running onto it. Not a good cross. Goes behind. It's going to be a goal kick. So a goal kick for QRC. As a long ball played forward, not a good one, and it goes out of play. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. So it's not a good ball either, so they give it right back, and this time it's a throw for QRC. We've seen a little bit of that, Brent, but you know, you look at the performance of both these teams. You know, I think Fatima has played well in spurts. I don't think it's been one of their better games, but they took their chances well. They knocked the ball around nicely. But QRC, to me, defensively, they weren't that good.
Yeah.
You know, I thought the marking, the closing down of the players wasn't all that good. They gave the Fatima team a little bit too much room. So, you know, in as much as, you know, Fatima scored 5 goals, I don't think QRC played all that well.
Yeah, I think it's a combination, Colin, of both Fatima playing well in the spurts that they played in and Queen's Royal College and their individual mistakes compounded by, of course, their lack of quality when they did have the 1 or 2 glimpses that they had is the reason why we are seeing this 5-1 scoreline. And it's unfortunate because in the spurts that Queen's Royal College has had, there were good moments. And at points they did put Fatima under a bit of pressure, but they were far and few between. And hence the reason why we are where we are.
I mean, before the game, as I said to you guys, I felt, you know, Fatima would win comfortably because, you know, you look at the performances during the course of the season. I mean, for example, QRC leading St. Mary's by 3-0 and coming out losing 4-3. So I was just basing it on some of the performances that we've seen. But honestly, I didn't expect it to be this easy because you look at it and QRC really, to me, you know, what I don't like about them, and when I say what I don't like, I just don't find they have that intensity. And that's my problem. You know, they don't seem to just have that drive that I would expect.
I think they had it maybe in the first 10 or 15 minutes. And we talked about it, that they were applying pressure, they were hunting in packs. And it just it went away. And a lot of the reasons why it went away, Colin, is because of course, the fact that they made so many individual mistakes.
Yeah.
So when they were building that momentum, the individual errors stepped in and it would peg them back. And it slowly but certainly, surely, it impacted in their confidence and it impacted in their application to the game. And I think those reasons is why they've now gone into their shell, so to speak. And they've certainly seemingly have given up hope on this one.
Yeah, and I think you're right. They made some very easy mistakes at the back, and they paid the penalty. Well, here is Fatima again, coming on the front foot, trying to create some more problems. It's with Mingo, but he loses out. Mohammed trying to get it to Nelson. The loose ball is picked, comes to Atherton. He's going to go back to Edwards. Whoa! Well, the fancy play is now coming into it, as Edwards is going wrong the man and then plays it. They give it away. But then again, that ball should have been controlled by the man who has come on there. In terms of a substitute, Eve should have controlled it and made better use of it. But here comes Fatima going down that right side, centre cross field, looking for Mason. Mason takes it down nicely, plays it back, but was looking for the shot. Seemed to be Williams who has come into that midfield now, and the loose ball sent over, the cross comes over, but goes into the hands of goalkeeper Afan. Sends it down looking for Mohammed. He can't control it. It's picked up by Barrington. He gets it to Atherton. Mason trying to play it to Karaya, but it's cleared away by Gray. Headed back downfield by Barrington, but here comes Queen's Royal College. Goes wide towards Jaden. That's a good challenge by Leach. Plays it to Mason. Mason coming in field with it. Oh, he loses it. But Queen's Royal College. Leach is down at the moment. And Jaden is playing that ball forward. And eventually, Atherton, they need to put it out of play because Leach is down.
And I never understand that, Colin. One team doesn't put it out, and of course the team with the injured player does the same.
Yeah.
They don't put the ball out to play.
And, let's have a look at the SportsMax app moment. And, this is the goal started by Bailey. Brent, what a good move, as we keep saying all afternoon. It's been the move of the match. And the finish. What a finish from Christian Bailey. That is our SportsMax app moment. And the goal eventually put into the back of the net by Christian Bailey, who started the move, involved about 4 players.
And you talked, Colin, about, of course, the Fatima College performance so far and how they have done in this game. And it's not necessarily that they dominated with lion's share of possession and territorial advantage. But as I said, Colin, they've been afforded some of those luxuries because of the mistakes that were made by players within the QRC ranks.
Well, here comes QRC again, but they give it away. Ball goes right back to Edwards. He's going to play it to his right, gets it to Barrington. Look at the room for Mengo to turn with. QRC just backing away at the moment. Mengo slams it across, looking for Mason, but it's headed towards Jaden. Jaden plays a good ball into the midfield as Lamsey there was playing that ball, trying to get it forward as looked to be Nelson. But here is Fatima in possession with the Gans. It's overhit. It's going to be a throw for QRC. So Lamsey gets it back. There we have a substitution. Looks to be, let's see, the man coming on was Darius Jordan for Leach. We saw confirmation of that substitution a little earlier. So this is Queen's Royal College in possession as they try to come wide with it. But Jordan is going to get his first touch. Gets it to Mason. He continues his run going down that left side. Jordan. And he's brought down. It's going to be a free kick. As he was brought down by Eve. But sorry, he was brought down by Dolly. And here is Dolly being shown the yellow card by Cecile Hines. I would think Brent, man of the match, Christian Bailey.
Yeah, I think he's a close call with probably Shaves up front.
Yeah.
His movement most of the day, of course, provided a lot of anxiety for the Queen's Royal College. But I think what Bailey was able to do and his part in the goals may have just given him the nudge.
Well, it's going to be a free kick. Jordan is going to take it. We've got just about, 5.5 minutes left and added on time. As the ball goes over to the far side, eventually it's banged upfield. And goalkeeper Edwards is going to take control of this. It's going to take his time as well. Gets it towards Atherton. Atherton plays it there towards the Gans. He's also had a good game. That's a good ball for Correa.
Can he get it across? He does.
He does, but it's cleared away. Not a bad effort. Is he going to be offside? No, he's not. Regains possession. It's played back in field. This is Atherton. He's in an advanced position. Gets it across. But here comes bend the back of the net. The Gans has scored his second. Well, charging in was Williams, and we thought he was going to bang that into the back of the net. He literally miskicked. It went to the Gans, and the Gans says, thank you very much. In minute 86, he's made it 6-1. Where was the QRC defense, Brent? Here is Atherton in an advanced position.
Yeah, and he eventually wraps his feet around it. Look how many yellow shirts unattended for in the box. Queens Royal College defense missing in action again. It's a good finish there by the Gans. He's shown he has a goal scoring nous. He finds himself in and around the box. The easiest to finish, I think. But Williams may have miskicked that one.
The miskick went straight into the path of the Gans.
Yeah, of course. With 2 goals now, he certainly put himself into the conversation of man of the match. And may have sway you a bit, Colin, or are you still with Bailey?
I am still with Bailey. I think Bailey has done, a lot. He's when I say he's defended well, going back. He's scored 2 goals. He's made an assist, I think, at least with 1. And I think he's, to me, the Gans, unless the Gans in the next 4 minutes scores another goal, I think I'm still with Bailey.
Yeah, I agree with you. And a lot of the goals that have been conceded, I do talk about the individual mistakes, and one part of it is ball watching.
You think 6-1 though, Brent, is a fair reflection of the game?
I think if you take the individual errors into consideration, I'd say yes.
Yeah.
I think in terms of the balance of play, I'd say no.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because they didn't have necessarily a lot of territorial advantage. They've huffed and puffed a lot in the middle of the park, but like that instance there, Colin, which is a miskick, misclearance, poor decision, it has advanced Fatima further down the field, not necessarily through team play.
That's right. Here is the ball coming across. This could be number 7. Oh, the Gans missed it. He had the opportunity, Brent, to make me hush my mouth and get him the hat trick. But here is still an opportunity. Oh, he's missed it. Well, the Gans had a wonderful opportunity to get his hat trick and to make it 7-1. And he hit the post. Well, you have to think he should have put that away. Let's have a look, Brent.
Well, this is the second opportunity to Collier.
Yeah.
And he just sweeps that wide.
But just before that,
and here it is.
Here's the Gans. Let's have a look.
He's done well here. It's a nice use of the softness of the inside of the foot.
And opened his body up.
Opened his body.
Did everything
and tried to guide it in. We've seen so many times where players smash at it. He didn't. They're really, really now, Queens Royal College, they're in trouble.
This is the Gans. Well,
you'd have to
what do I do now? The Gans has scored his hat trick. And he wants the ball. Well, I think we're going to give him the man of the match, Brent. We can't give him the ball because we still have just about a minute and a half to play. So all of a sudden, it's now 7-1 Fatima College. Continue here. Destroying, you have to say, Queensroad. This was Correa.
Correa, sorry. Pulls it back across. It's a good touch to set himself up and a good finish by the Gans. Places it by, giving Afan no chance. Again,
where was
Queens Royal College defense asks wanting.
Well,
a lot of the, of course, trouble for Queens Royal College comes from not tracking the Gans ghosting into the box, because he does play in that 10 position, Colin. and he does find himself making runs beyond the number 9.
Well, here's Mason trying to get Correa going.
And they're not tracking him.
I shudder to think what Kenwin Jones is going to say. Tell you after the match, Brent.
Well, I wonder if Hans could take up that. The SportsMax camera.
Are you backing away from interviewing Kenwin Jones? Oh, I'm surprised at you, Brent. You never back away from a challenge. Here is QRC trying to go up that right side with Jaden. And here goes. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a foul.
That's really poor.
Yeah. Foul by Lamsey. So here is Fatima going down the left side. Mason. It's going to be a goal kick, the referee says. So we are in added on time. And look at that scoreline. 7, Fatima 7, QRC 1. Certainly you don't expect that kind of score when these two teams meet. And to be honest, I predicted to Dunstan, I told him Fatima is 3 or 4. He said you sound confident. I did expect Fatima to win it, but not as comfortable as this. This is Mingo. Ball played back in field towards Mingo. Williams. As now just keeping possession at the moment, but Williams pumps a long ball in field, bit of pushing, and it's going to be a free kick for QRC. So with just about another 30 seconds left in this encounter. So the free kick. So any time now, with just about 30 seconds left, and we're going to hear the referee's whistle to indicate it's going to be the end of this game. But here comes Fatima with maybe one last chance. Ball sent out onto that far side. Sent in field and cleared away. Eventually it's kicked out of play. And just a few seconds away from referee's Cecile Hines' whistle to indicate it's the end of the game. There it is. It's the end of this game. A comfortable victory in the end for Fatima College. 7 goals to 1. A hat-trick from Degans, 2 from Bailey, 1 from Shaves, and then Levi Smith scoring the other, where Stefan James scored the lone item for Queen's Royal College. So in the end, Fatima coming away comfortable victory, with a comfortable victory here, and they have certainly kept the pressure on Sanwa North. We'll just have to wait and see what has happened with it. Let's have a look at the highlights here, as there is referee Hines getting things going, and it's sent across field. Bailey scoring the opening goal. That's a good bit of movement. It was played towards Bailey. He controlled it nicely and he banged it into the back of the net. And then the lone goal scored here by Queen's Royal College. There was Barrington. Not a good clearance because his keeper was down. It was played right down the center. James had an easy task of putting it into an open net. So at that point, game was on. It was 1-1. But then the Degan show started. The ball came across towards him. He was left open, and he just put it into the back of the net to make it 2 goals to 1. And then it wasn't done there, because Shaves got into the act. He took on the defenders, went past him. Then the goalkeeper came. He went past the keeper, and he slotted it into the back of the net. 3 goals to 1. Fatima leading at that point in time. We went into the second half and it was more of the same. This time, Levi Smith bangs it into the back of the net. The ball played square to him from Christian Bailey, and he had the simple task of putting it into the back of the net. 4-1. Fatima leading at this point in time. And then came the goal of the match. Bailey played it in field. Look at the movement. Bailey kept his run going, rounded the keeper superbly, and put it into the back of an open net to make it 5-1. And it wasn't done there. Atherton sends it across field. The ball played into Digans, and all he had to do was to put it into the back of the net, 6-1. And he wasn't finished there. That was his second goal. And would you believe it? He then took on the defense. It went to Correa. Correa squared it back to Digans, and he put it into the back of the net to make it 7-1. So a comfortable victory in the end, as referee Hines blows her whistle to indicate that the game came to an end with Fatima College easily victorious. Let's have a look at the stats here. As you look at the shots, 13 shots to 5. 8 shots on target. Of those 8, 7 went into the back of the net. 5 shots from Queen's Royal College. 9 fouls to 5. 2 yellow cards for Fatima, 1 for QRC. No red cards. 3 offsides to Fatima. Then 7 corners to 6. 4 saves from Edwards. 2 saves from Afan in the QRC goal. And look at that possession. 63 to 37. And an easy victory in the end. 7-1. Let's go down to the man of the match.
Yes, and I am here with the man of the match, none other than Aidan Digans. Here's your trophy. Well deserved. Aidan, how does it feel to score a hat-trick in such a big game like this?
Well, it feels very good. I always try to help out the team as much as I can, and today I was just scoring the hat-trick, so I'm very happy for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, man of the match is an individual award, but I think everybody here would see that you all are such a great team. How do you all have that team chemistry, the passing, the moves, the goals? What is it all down to?
Well, we've all been playing together since Form 1, and during the preseason we worked very hard together, and even in the camp and stuff, there was a lot of chemistry since even before the season started, so yeah.
Yeah, it definitely shows on the pitch, and of course, coming down to the end of the season as it advances, not to put pressure on you, but you are in a title race. What is the confidence in the camp?
Well, we are very confident. We know that once we come out and execute what the coaches want us to execute and play our football, that we will be successful, hopefully, by the end of the season.
Definitely, and all the best going forward. And now through to Brent Sancho with the coaches.
Thank you very much. I'm joined by head coach of Queen's Royal College, Kenwin Jones. Kenwin, of course, a disappointing result for you. Your assessment of the 90 minutes?
Well, it started quite decent. I think a bit of inconsistency in defending cost us, individual mistakes, and from there it was downhill.
Well, of course, as the season goes on for you, important to get some points on the board. How do you pick the charges up after this result?
Well, we have to quickly forget about today. Yes, it was a bit demoralizing, but at the same time, we have to get ready for the game on Saturday. We have to do better defensively as a team and try and cut out some of those mistakes that we've been making.
Thank you very much, Kenwin. All the best.
No problem.
Coach Hudson Charles, a big win here today, a local derby of some sort. Your assessment on the 90 minutes plus?
All right, first of all, thankful for the victory. Right, I thought my guys and them, they played well. We talked this before, that well, our aim is to win the league. And this is a hurdle we had was to cross. Right, so coaching staff understand it, the players understand it, and I think they came out and executed beautifully.
Well, of course, the man of the match, the Gans, making forward runs, getting into the box, something you designed.
Of course, because it reminds me of my time when I used to play. But it's something I always, especially my 2 attacking midfielders, always like for them to end up in the pocket. And I think he did that beautifully, and he got the 3 goals, which was good.
Well, I know it's still some time left in this season. You must be in that locker room a feeling that you can walk away with this year's SSFL Championship.
Well, that's the idea that we trying to instill in the young men head, right? As I said, we want to win the league. And to win the league, we have to win all the games. Take it one game at a time, and that's how we're going.
Thank you very much, Hudson, and all the best.
Thank you.
All right, as we get ready for more action here in the Secondary Schools Football League. I am here on the pitch, and I have to remind you all we are getting ready for action inside the It's a Schoolboy Football. And to stay up to date with all of this action, all you have to do is download the SportsMax app. We're getting ready for games on Friday in It's a Schoolboy Football, but also here in Trinidad and Tobago, we bring you action from Queen's Royal College grounds, where Queen's Royal College will face East Mokorapo Secondary School on Saturday. We bring you all of the action that matchup has to offer. And in Easter Schoolboy Football, Titchfield High versus Port Antonio High, and Decarteret College versus Mayday High, and Manchester High versus Bel Air High. My name is Hans Devines. On behalf of the entire SportsMax team, thank you so much for watching. We leave you with some moments from today's matchup. The final score today, Fatima College 7, QRC 1.
Welcome to SSFL Premiership Division.